Aqara sent me a whole bunch of their smart home products back in July, and aside from the fact that they are Apple Homekit enabled and some of the cheapest Zigbee products available on the market, they are also some of the most innovative and bizarre things I have ever seen in my life.
That is completely mental.
Oh, here we go again. Paul Hibbert saying this is the best product he's ever seen. They can't all be the best product. I hate Paul Hibbert. I keep hearing this in the comments section. Of course everything on this show is awesome. I don't sit hunting through my inbox like 200 options to choose from. Which one shall I go for? Ooh, this one looks like a hot steaming turd. I pick only awesome things, and today's video is no exception. Thanks to Aqara for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their Aqara E1 Smart Roller Blind Motor and their E1 USB hub. These things work with all the usual suspects for voice control, but also work with Apple HomeKit too, which is flipping awesome. And on top of all this, it works with If This Then That too. What is it I think of If This Then That again? Can't quite. Is it? What do I think of their company? Corporate greed! Despite my personal feelings about If This Then That as an organization, it really is quite awesome that I can now press my FLIC button as I enter my dining room, have a routine occur that changes my room to a nice dining scene, but can also now close my curtains as well, thanks to the fact that Aqara has connections into If This Then That. Aqara's blinds can only connect to any of these cloud services using a USB hub. So Aqara have also sent me their brand new E1 small form factor USB hub to try out. Another one, brilliant. Just what my living room needs. Boy, it's great. No one wants another smart home hub in their house. I appreciate that. But this one is very, very small. It's USB, which means you can plug it in basically anywhere, and it's Wi-Fi, so it's not going to take up another Ethernet port on your router. And at 5 volts of electricity, this thing's going to cost you about £5 a year. £5? Why is it so heavy? A pound is a measurement of weight, not a currency, you dumb idiot Brit, idiot Brit, idiot Brit, idiot! Fine, $5. It's $5 of electricity. A book is something you read, you imbecile! That's it, comment section disabled. Physically installing this thing took all of about 3 minutes. All you have to do is find the right cog to fit your cord, test that it will successfully wind your blind, and then drill 2 holes in your wall at the right height to attach the back plate to. Could get my drill out. I could just stick it to the wall. Then you test that it's working properly using the manual buttons on the front of the device, and finally attach the guard plate and give a cheesy YouTuber thumbs up to the camera because you're an influencer. I watched HomeKit news review of this, and Simon's installation is obviously far more impressive than mine because his looks like there are 2 tiny little men in there hoisting the cord in perfect unison. My installation, on the other hand, looks like it's doing an impression of the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man from Family Guy. I assume this is something to do with the tension or perhaps simply my lack of DIY skills, but either way, it's stuck that way forever. Thanks, 3M tape. You sticky bastard. The software install is simply a case of installing the Aqara app, telling it what room the device is in, and then setting the limits for the blind. If you add the skill for Amazon or for Google, then the blind will be discovered and controllable, and if you're a HomeKit fan, then it's simply a case of scanning the QR code on the back of the hub, and it's job done. Hub. Came out very East Midlands, didn't it? The HomeKit app can obviously wind the blind up and down. It can also set a position somewhere along the route if you prefer to stop it at a particular height. And of course, you can apply all of this to routines in the HomeKit app too. What do you think of this, Apple CEO Tim Cook? Good. The same is of course true of both Amazon and Google, and you could use your voice via any one of those 3 voice assistants to control the blind using your mouth hole. Of course, Google will misunderstand you 100% of the time because it's garbage. We'll turn the air purifier off. On? No, it's already on. Turn it off. On? No, off. On. No, off! Turn the f***ing air purifier f***ing off! You f***ing off! Off! On? IFT is of course a thing here too, as already mentioned, which means that you could actually trigger the blinds using pretty much any smart home gadget, and even things like the weather via the if this then that portion of this device. Aqara have also confirmed they are definitely 100% joining Matter, so if you are interested in the future of your smart home, all of the companies that participate in Matter should also be able to trigger this blind, eventually. If Matter ever works, which it probably won't. I have no faith. The Aqara app allows you to set automations on a schedule, or use a battery-powered light switch, or even a mains-powered light switch, or a door sensor, even flip over a magic cube. Because that's not weird. One thing that is still missing from the Aqara app, sadly, is the ability to control the blind using sunset and sunrise. You can do this on the Chinese server for some reason, but not on the EU server. I'm in the EU, so it doesn't work for me. You could, as I said, use if this then that, I think, to be able to trigger this using sunset and sunrise, but I'd like to see it done natively in the app. Aqara, sort this out, or I'll send Mr. Socky after you.
Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship cancelled.
Because Mr. Socky doesn't like international bias. Aside from the sunrise and sunset trigger missing in automations, there are only really 2 things that I would improve. The first one is, I think this thing needs a solar panel. It doesn't currently have the option for a solar panel, and apparently the batteries will only last about 2 months. I can't be charging this thing up every 2 months. It will drive me insane. I'm gonna have to power it permanently to the wall, which is thankfully an option. I have though read on Reddit, sounds ridiculous, that you can in fact use any 5-volt solar panel to charge this thing via its USB-C port. Without an official word from Aqara on that, I can't personally recommend that in case it doesn't work or blows up or catches fire or something. It's not going to happen. But if you are interested in giving that a go, there is that potential option there. Okay, the second small concern, and it is a small concern for me personally, is that all of this still relies on their cloud. There are ways around this using Home Assistant. Home Assistant! But as it stands, if you aren't a Home Assistant fan and you just want to use Aqara's ecosystem, then you will need a stable internet connection for this to work reliably. That's it though. This is a £60 Zigbee blind motor. Why is it so heavy? Yes, I know, £60 is very heavy, America. And this operates at a very low volume. It works with if this then that, as well as all 3 of the major voice assistants. It will be working with Matter when Matter arrives. It's manufactured by a company with a great reputation in the smart home industry for physical build quality at a ridiculously low price tag. And Aqara are one of my absolute favorite smart home manufacturers for this very reason. Sure, there are Wi-Fi equivalents out there for pulling your blind motors. Milking a cat. And this is great, but they aren't going to be as strong of a build quality as Aqara, and they aren't Zigbee. If you're looking for an awesome Zigbee solution that will work with Home Assistant, if you find the right dongle to control it, this is an awesome option for controlling your blinds. As usual, there are links in the description as to where you can pick one of these things up. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That'll tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons from Patreon, and without them, you wouldn't be watching this video because I would not have made it. These are the best people in the universe, and I can't find a better way each week to say how much I love them. They are literally keeping this channel going. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. There are only really 2 things that I would improve about this product. Counting my fingers there. Been mocked for that before. 5! Oh dear. I do like to celebrate our differences. 2 tiny little minutes hoisting the milking cat's nipples. Or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and I'll have to start again. What a douche.